What is good, everybody? This is the We Love Gaming podcast, and I think this is episode 91. I'm your co-host, Godly Sovereign, and there's a few things to talk about. Really, the only thing that's important is Elden Ring, so we got a whole bunch of Elden Ring for you, but we also going to talk about the state of play, stay tuned.
I love gaming.
What is good, man? Sir Knight, how you doing, bro?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just taking it easy. Slaving my life away on this Elden Ring. Dude.
Dedication, man.
Oh my
It
gosh,
takes a
this
lot,
game,
man.
It does, dude.
It reminds me of the good old days from all the Dark Souls and stuff like that, man. All of the frustration that you'll get from doing something, the constant loss of runes that you'll get, and like that struggle. But when you finally get it, you know what I mean. It's like it's music.
What about you, man? I saw you had a little was that Thanos in the background, a Thanos box or something?
Oh yeah, man. I got the
Infinity Gauntlet.
The Infinity Gauntlet, yeah, going. I'm still building it, so that's why he's missing the figure.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it was funny because
he only pinkied up right now.
He's only pinkied up right now. Yeah, it was funny because you have the box about that, but the fins are wide open.
Oh yeah, it was open.
I was like, that's kind of a weird way to prop it, but the fins wide open.
Yeah. So I'm working on that. I'm gonna probably finish that up this weekend.
Nice, man. Nice little.
Gotta
love the props, dude.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm trying to get more back here. I couldn't even get a hold of the Elden Ring like collector's edition. Did you? Like I didn't even know when it was going on sale to be able to.
I know. I didn't even try. I thought about asking GameStop, like when I went there to get it, if it was like, hey, can I get the shebang? But then I was like, forget it. I'm just trying to get this.
Let me get that UWAP edition.
That UWAP edition, yeah. Like, so I just went with the normal. I was like, I just want to play this game, man. I don't even care,
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I wanted to get it because I like that statue and I just wanted to have
dude.
Have you seen the freaking press packages that they've been sending or that they sent
for Elden Ring?
Man. Yeah, dude, they had like a lot of crazy ass packages. They had one box that was like super long and big, and what came inside of it was the sword, like an Elden Ring sword, like a
full
actual
size, like
metal full size sword. Yeah, like a 1-to-1 sword that you could sharpen the bitch and fucking
you could sharpen.
Yeah,
yourself home defense, huh? Elden Ring style.
And it said rise tarnish on the blade. But could you imagine, like you're like in a zombie apocalypse and you're
sucked up, dude. You're all coating it with poison.
You're
all coating it with grease.
This is my moment. This is my moment. You can freaking
go
to the closet, grab your freaking tarnish sword out, just start cut shit down. You're like,
know how like everything in the game is grease, like fire grease or
right,
magic grease. You all get some grease and you're all
some bacon grease, slathered it all over the blade so you can light it on fire.
You light it on fire. Oh my gosh, man, that's hilarious.
But yeah, man, those press boxes were crazy, and they had like beanies and hoodies and stuff like that they were handing out. But yeah, like this other box, the one box that came with I think it was the one box that came with the sword, also came with a cloak. So it was like a green cloak you could put on and fucking cosplay your mind. You know what I mean? Like just put that old shit on and go out there and start cutting stuff out there in
Zombieland.
Out there in Zombieland, out there in your backyard, just hacking tree branches and shit. But yeah, man, it looks sick.
It's funny, man. Hey, dude, I wanted to ask you, man, like, so what have you been playing?
Tell you what I haven't been playing. I definitely haven't been playing Battlefield 2042. That's for sure.
Yeah, nah, me neither, man. That exists. I didn't know that was out. Whoops.
Yeah. I think I heard about it somewhere, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Elden Ring has been the only thing I've been playing nonstop. Like, I'd be like damn near. I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, shit, should I get ready to go to work or should I just get on the game? You know what I mean? It's like,
dude,
it's really hard to
You've been playing, you're like, dude, man, work or Elden? Shoot.
Yeah, it's like, do I really need a job or like
you're like seriously considering, is this job thing really for me?
Yeah, is this really what I want to do, or do I see something better down the pipeline? Like
Mama Beasley, hey Mama, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? So I've been playing that constantly. I try to get on after work if I can for like maybe an hour or two or something like that. Before I gotta do my daily rituals and stuff to get ready for the next day.
That's so funny, dude.
Man, I'm telling you, dude, like. I thought that I was going to be able to move. Like, so after I talked to you guys, I finally was able to beat Market, right? Like, I was like, man, gosh, like, finally I get him.
You got that spear, right? Right, when you got that
spear.
Yeah,
I did what you said. I was like, I just can't do this. I got to go and mess around with other stuff. So I found Patches. I toyed around with him, and then I killed him because I remember I was online. I was talking to you. And I was like, well, what happens if you kill him? Or if you, like, do you lose everything he had to sell or whatever? You do lose what he had to sell at, I believe. But anyways.
Some things, but most of it you don't. I think
well, you lose like that amount of quantity or whatever. Like everything you had goes away. And then you take that bell and you go and give it to the old ladies at the round table and they'll sell the stuff that he had, but they're selling it for higher prices. Like
that's fine.
You know what I'm saying? You're paying the 4K instead of the 2K.
Have you been able to find someone that sells arrows? You probably don't even care because you use magic for range, right?
No, I use arrows too, dude. Sometimes you got to.
Do you just use the ones you have in your bag, or have you bought any? Because I could not, for the life of me, find a vendor. Like, I swear, in every Souls game, you go like to the blacksmith or whatever, and you even buy the cheap ones. You just buy the cheap ones. I used to always round out my souls with that. Like, for instance, like I go home and I would spend my souls in Dark Souls, and if I had like a couple grand left over, I would just burn them real quick by arrows. I would just round out my souls that way.
Because you need them. You will sit there and use
I need
300 on a dragon.
I always needed arrows. Yeah, exactly. So I didn't care if it was like, I have a few thousand souls left over. I can't level up, so I might as well just round it out and get these arrows because I know I'm going to need these. So, but I can't find a guy. All I've been able to do is like craft my own arrows. And it's like, dude, man, without I need a vendor, dude. So if anyone in the chat knows arrow vendor, let me know because I cannot find one.
Yeah, for sure. And
and everything's like limited. And everything's limited, right? Like everything's like a limited quantity. Like in Dark Souls, you could buy infinite number of arrows. But I swear, like every vendor I come across is like a limited quantity of things. It's just different.
I think it depends. I think there's certain people that will have unlimited quantities of certain things, but I think you just got to get to them. And it's probably like one or two guys, maybe. But I don't know. But I wouldn't have a problem like crafting my arrows and stuff like that. But the fact that you got to farm all these tiny bones and different things like that, it's kind of a pain in the butt, man. It's like I'm not, the swipes aren't like gracious. You know what I mean? Like if you swipe at a creature and the creature's too close to you and your swipe is too wide, you're not going to hit it. You know what I mean? So you might have to do a couple of takes or move while you're swinging it to kind of nick them or something like that. And sometimes I'm just not trying to take the time to
and also, not every beast drops items.
Yeah, that's true too.
Like, so it's
there's some that you'll get like mad feathers and stuff every time you kill a bird, and then you kill little squirrels and you won't get none.
The bones are like the most important thing too, because you use those for like throwing knives, you use those for arrows.
Everything.
Use the same item for everything.
Yeah, so and it ain't just like one arrow. It's like all of the different types of arrows all use the tiny bones. So if I could just find a vendor that would just sell me the tiny bones, I would just buy all of them. You know what I mean? I'll round out with tiny bones and then I could just make as many arrows as I want, get my fletched arrows because I'm tearing up the birds or whatever. But the resources hunting can be a pain in the butt, man. That's like one thing that
it's just like it's like Ghost of Tsushima, right? You just as you're running by, you're pressing Y or whatever or triangle to just collect everything as you run by, and like you kind of do it, but you kind of like lose sight of it. Like,
or you end up having to you jump or something like that, and you're not able to press that button and grab it, like because you're doing a different action, you can't grab. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you literally can only hold down circle or tap circle a bunch of times and hit square while you're doing it, and it's awkward to try to do it with 2 fingers while you're running, trying to blitz through an area or whatever and scoop everything you come across. But
yeah, it's just kind of strange. I don't know if it. I don't know. It doesn't really add anything interesting to me to the game. It feels like they just added that as like a caveat for an open world. Like, you have an open world, you might as well populate it with things to collect. But it doesn't. It's so just like mundane, and you just do it because you have to, not because you really want to. That it's not really. I'd rather just be vendored. I'd rather just buy these things at a vendor, like he said, buy the tiny bones at a vendor. Or you find a stash of them on the floor. Like find a stash on the floor, you get like a big chunk of them or something.
Yeah, I would like an option though. You know what I mean? Like if I could go to a vendor and just buy them and I don't have to scour the earth just to be able to get it, then I'm totally cool with that. Or if they gave them to you as well as when you acquired other items, like when you kill a person and they have a little item on them, like you're getting like, oh, you might find tiny bones in this pocket as well as this key or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that would be nice to have like those as extras. You kill a flame guy, he's going to have some flaming butterflies on him, but he's going to have multiples. He won't just have like one on him. You know what I mean? And then you're able to
it'd be cool if more enemies. I mean, come on. Like, if you come across those little pygmy guys, they're like little tiny guys.
Yeah.
Like, why they have tiny bones? Like, why can't they? Like, there should be like more like creatures that drop it rather than just animals.
Yeah, tiny human bones.
Squirrels.
Tiny human bones that do more damage.
If there were more ways to acquire them, because they're so vital, dude. At least from my experience, like I'm already running low on arrows, and like they're so useful. So I don't know. Is there anything that you would like change about your opinion about the game that you had last week that now you think differently on or feel differently about from when we last talked?
No, man. I still think the game is awesome. I love playing it. Like, I couldn't have asked for more. It was good, Legend. Shout out to you. I couldn't ask for too much more with the game besides, asking that there be maybe some arrows to be sold, some of these things to be sold at a vendor, to get these resources to be able to be sold at a vendor. So if I don't want to do that stuff, I don't have to. I've noticed like it's a super big world, dude. Like I've literally, I mean, it's literally the epitome of open world that you can be. Like I've ran through areas I have no business being in just to get to certain other areas that I should not be in, just so that I can get something. And I'm literally just running on the horse, double jumping, trying to dodge everything just so that I can get there and find the closest grace so that I don't have to reset my progress that I just did down the path. You know what I mean? And then come back around and stuff. Hey, bro, I mean, your PC might die on you trying to play Elden Ring, but hey, give it a shot because it'll be worth it.
Dude, I saw the dude playing Elden Ring on integrated graphics, like an integrated PC. It was really low res, but dude, you can run it.
It was still going.
Go get it, man. It was still running. So
yeah, I'm rocking a mage build right now. I'm slowly trying to get all of these different things. It's so much stuff out there that you can't. I couldn't blame anybody for going on to YouTube and looking to see what somebody found or something like that. I was looking for all kinds of help trying to figure out how to beat Margit because I was getting my ass handed to me every second. And I just ended up being able to summon in a couple of solid dudes to help me finish him off. But after that, I felt like the game opened up. I don't know about you, dude, but like I was like, okay, damn, like I can actually do stuff now. Like I was just getting wrecked at Margit, but once I passed Margit, I felt like it was just, I had more breathing room. I was able to do more.
I think both you and I started as wretches because that just gives you the most customizable, character.
I like the samurai too, but the wretch, because you get
the wretch just is the most freedom,
and you control.
Yeah, you get to start at level 1. All the other classes start at a higher level. They spend points for you. I like the freedom to be able to spend all the points the way I want to spend them. So I always go wretch. However, it's very punishing to start the game as a wretch. Like it takes a while before you find gear, and like you're like rune starved. Like it's very, very difficult. But there's a couple things like that I feel differently about with Elden Ring this time around after playing it for another 25 hours. And it's like interesting. It's almost like these two separate directions. Like the more and more I play Elden Ring, the more and more I understand why people gave it like a 97 and why like it's becoming one of my favorite games ever. And Last of Us is my favorite game of all time, but like this is getting really close to it. And I think one of the reasons why is because of just how epic it is. Like I didn't realize I think with the whole Fog of War map, like when you play an open world game, you open your map, you kind of see the whole world already, and you're kind of like, okay, I'm gonna go this way, that way. Right. I think with the whole like Fog of War aspect, because the whole map is fogged to you. Right. And like you find a piece of the map and it opens up and you're just like, dang. Like I swear, dude, I was playing, man, and I was like in one part of the map and I spent hours there, man. It must have been like 6 hours.
Yeah.
And then like I found a map piece, or I went to another zone and I got a piece of the map. And I was like, dude, that's a whole nother section. Are you kidding me? This is so epic. And I think because there is no markers and there are no like directors for where to go, there's no like quest, icons. You are doing it all yourself. There's a connection with this open world that I have that I've never had with. It's more personal. Like it's me doing it rather than the game kind of doing things for me. I feel like because it's me doing it, I haven't had this feeling of grandeur and like adventure. Like I'm on an adventure, me personally, since I played World of Warcraft for the first time. Like World of Warcraft was the first time I had that grand, I'm going into a world, I'm on my own and I'm uncovering this world, this grand world until now. Like, and so it's recapturing that feeling for me. The only thing I have to say though, is kind of like what you were saying earlier about with, going on YouTube and stuff. Part of me feels like I don't know if I would be able to experience this game really joyfully without guides, man. Like I swear, like there's often times I'm looking online for like where to go. I'm totally and utterly lost.
Similar to Legend's question, I do not have any gameplay. I don't think that Ray streams, Sir Knight streams either. I was contemplating going on TikTok and just letting my phone sit there and show while I play, just so that if people want to join in the stream or whatever. But this is a channel with 3 of us, so we don't really hog up the channel with streaming or whatnot, because that would be constantly going, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't have anybody in my shit. It would just be me getting frustrated while I'm sitting there playing it. But I don't know if that was something that people actually wanted to watch, like one of us do some streaming or something like that. We could try to pick like a day that
I would love to do that. I just don't know if I have the setup right now or build for it, although I know you can just do it live from your PlayStation. So
you can
maybe I can try that.
But I definitely don't have like the professional streamers and stuff where you can like be on the small section of the screen and all that stuff. But
I would really love to keep
that in mind, Legend.
Yeah, for sure, Legend. Absolutely. Like I would love to share the way we play and what we're doing. Because I'm having an absolute blast. I swear, it's nonstop discovery. Like every room I walk into, every turn, every fall down a crack. I mean, it's like, this is so shocking. And as you're going, you think you have an idea of the map, and then all of a sudden you walk, and then all of a sudden it opens up to this whole new room, like a magma layer, and you're like, what the heck? These
maps when you go down to like one of those, when you go down to one of those caves or something, and then you get all the way to the boss, and then you beat the boss, and then you're like, wait, is that like a chamber behind there? Like, so you go and there's more back there. Like if you didn't look throughout the whole entire room, you might not notice that, hey, there's still another pathway that you can take behind this. You know what I mean? You might just take the little wispy smoke and just go back out to the front.
So true, man.
And just miss an item or something, a weapon.
I feel like every night that I sit down to play it for a couple
PS5
hours
is a new. What do you play on, right?
PS5.
Yeah, PS5 for both of us. I think Mark might play it. Mark played it on
Xbox.
On Xbox.
Mark plays on
Mark
Xbox.
has it on Xbox.
Yeah. I played on PS5. I have that in the living room right now, so that's why I'm basically playing that. But I can easily just go live, I believe, but I just never do that.
Yeah.
But what's just a joy about this game is no matter what night it is, I feel like every single night that I sit down to play it, it's a new experience, a new adventure every single time. And no other open world game does that. When I play Far Cry 6 or Valhalla, it's like the same experience for 50 hours straight. Right? Like you're doing the same thing. Every zone kind of looks the same. Every experience kind of feels the same.
Fallout
at least has unique interactions and unique NPCs that make it feel unique.
Like that.
Right. So it does feel more fresh. But what's different here is there isn't really a lot of NPCs. It's the world that's like the character. And like the world is like the story. And every single place I go into, it's just, oh my gosh, a new excited. It's like, oh man, I can't wait. I'm going to the next area. I can't wait. Even though sometimes I feel a little exhausted, man, by a little exhausted after I finish a zone. And I'm like, I just got to sit back and tell myself that's what this game is. This game is meant to be played for months on end. This game is not meant to just be beaten through, right?
No.
Like Last of Us. It's meant to be a life experience. That's
what I was fearing, man. And I think because the game is on the Xbox One, I think if you got an old Xbox, you should be okay.
You can play it all night. It has to be an Xbox One though, not a 360.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know
it's definitely not gonna be a 360. But if you have an Xbox One, then you should still be solid to
or a PS4. You could play it on those, yeah.
But I just like the fact that I've put so much time into it already, and I'm constantly exploring, and I'm running to different points of the map just to see if I can get to where I can uncover the map for it, so that I can finally see the whole map.
Yeah, just run that little obelisk.
The whole map. Yeah,
I'm
just trying to run the obelisk so I can unlock the map and then determine okay, I'm gonna try these runes over here. I'm gonna go over here to this structure. I see this dark circle right here. I'm gonna go over there. You know what I mean? I just want to unlock the map, but it's so big, and it's not if you see I've got this issue right now where I'm kind of towards the north end, above the academy area. That upper section of the map that's I guess past the Great Lift and all that. And there's a monument that's up there that has the map. And I have the Grace that's literally on the map, steps away, right? Maybe 20 feet away. But I'm so confused as to how to get there. I should be able to see it, but I can't get over there because I'm down below. And all there is cliffs up above me, but there's no wind to carry my torrent up to the top. So
Legend, I would say Legend, 50 plus hours is not even close. That's a drop. I'm at 40 something hours and I have so much more to do. It's not even close.
It's the dying. The dying is going to get you, and just in certain areas,
it's the exploring
over and over again.
Yeah, it's the exploring. You can spend easy 5 hours in a single zone and not feel bored. You're just constantly engaged and constantly what's over that next nook for 5 hours, and that's one sliver of the map. It's absolutely shocking, this game.
Yeah, and what's crazy is there's an underneath.
Yes,
there's shit underneath.
There's a whole world under the map too. The top world is only one half.
I haven't even gone down there yet, but I've gotten the Grace.
I've gone down there 2 times, and it's incredible.
But it's just the fact that you can look at the map and you'll see like certain structures that are apparent on the map that I should probably put a pin there and go there because I'll most likely find something. But then in between that, you might come across 2 or small things that would be down there that you didn't even know was there. You might come across it, like some just like really run down ruins or something like that, and then you can find like an item or something like that, or something.
No, not tunnels, not tunnels, legends, like elevators. So you'll come across like these little buildings, and inside they'll have elevators. You go in them, and they take you to send you down. They're like long, and you go down drop underground, and it's
long enough where long enough where the elevator, they give you a gray site right at the elevator. Because you just had a gray site by that, and then they give you another gray site down below.
Yeah. So it's inconvenient enough to have to go up and down the elevator that they actually put a gray site at the top and bottom. It's crazy.
So you can just
fast travel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this thing about this game, which is why I think it's a step above like standard Dark Souls games, even though it's Dark Souls in like almost every sense of the word.
Everywhere. Yeah.
It's so much bigger and epic. Like that's what now I understand where they spent their time. Like, so yes, they reused assets, they reused, moves and weapons, but because they spent so much time building this world that I am blown away about how big and epic it is, that it jumps up a notch. And I can agree that this could be my favorite game ever made.
And even though, right, that they took a whole bunch of stuff from Dark Souls, the previous Dark Souls games and whatnot, I still see new characters and creatures like
absolutely
all the time.
Me too. Yeah.
So like you might have taken some of the older ones, and I still see a shit ton of new ones. And I'm just like, damn, man, I've never encountered these before. I have no clue what to expect from these guys. Or, this guy kind of looks like the same. But I just like the fact that it seems like the exploration will never be done. Like I've played, I've played like all of the Dark Souls games, 1, 2, 3, even Demon Souls or whatever, and I still miss shit. So you're telling me that those are way smaller, and I miss stuff, and this game is like super huge. I'm bound to miss stuff. This is one of those things that has like incredible replayability. Like Dark Souls has always had replayability, but the fact that it's so huge, there's no way
bigger than Skyrim.
Everything.
This is bigger than Skyrim, and not just bigger. It's bigger in size, but I'll say it's bigger in density.
Damn,
so
bro,
basically, like there's I'm comparing it to Skyrim. He wanted me to compare it to Skyrim. So it's bigger in mass, in length. So the world is bigger because not only do you have a top world, but you have an underground world. But it's bigger in density, meaning everything is more interesting constantly. So like in Skyrim, you'll have bigger gaps between like a city. When you come to a city, you're like, oh snap, a new city, cool. But like in Elden Ring, literally everything along the line is cool, interesting, and awesome to do. So it's just dense with things to do, and you're so overwhelmed with how much to do that you feel like you can never finish this game. Like it's absolutely sick.
Yeah, and the beauty about Elden Ring is that they do not spoon feed you the lore, my friend. You have to go and find the lore. Like the lore is everywhere. It's all throughout the world. It's on every piece of item. It's in the characters that are out there as they speak to you. They'll give you ideas of what's happened and what you're trying to accomplish or what's to come. There's so much lore out there. And
okay, you want lore? You want lore? Here's the YouTube channel you want to go to that will give you all the lore information.
You definitely have to find people that will be on YouTube searching up the lore, and they'll give you all kinds of background and stuff like that.
This is the guy right here. I never know his name. It's Vati Vidya.
Vati
Vidya. And he does everything. Like you could see here, this has been watched by me. I watched all 33 minutes of it. And it's about the lore. So you watch this before you play, and it gives you a good idea of what the lore is about. And he has all these videos, and this guy goes in more in depth when it comes to Souls-like games than anyone else on YouTube.
Yeah. I'm gonna look him up.
The best.
because I haven't checked him, but I think I would like to check out the lore.
I probably watched like 7 hours of this dude on just Bloodborne. He had the best Bloodborne videos.
Is all he doing is From Software games, or he does
all he does is From Software, basically.
Yeah. Nice, man. Dedicated.
A whole lore channel just on From Software. I really like it. Like every one of these videos are sick. Every single one of them. Like this one's dope. I watched this one, Get Overpowered Early. Like it's really, really informative. Great, great content. Like if you want to learn about this, man, if you want to learn about like lore, this is the dude that you watch for lore. Vadi Vidya. But another thing that's really neat too that I wanted to mention really quick before I guess we move on to the next Elden Ring topic is the fact that in Dark Souls games in the past, bro, you know, like you come across an area and you're just like struggling. You're like, damn, dude, like this is tough.
And there's nowhere else to do that area because
there's nowhere else to go. Like you got to just figure it out. But in this one, like, you know what? I'm gonna go check that corner. I'm gonna go back to that section. There's so many other fun things that I can do that never end. Like there's a never ending number of fun things that I still can go do. That you know what? I don't care. Okay, cool. I can't do this section yet. That's fine. I got 100 other things I want to do that the other Dark Souls games don't have. Like this game is just so. And dude, when I
was stuck on Margit, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just explore and try to find some way to get stronger. Let me see what else is out there.
I guess this is going to be piggybacking a little bit off a future topic we're going to have here in a minute. But I just feel like I personally think we are going to start seeing changes in the industry because of this game. Like the way open world games are made. I'm not kidding, man. Like with the score this game got, we'll talk about it with other devs, right? I think we're going to see this game influence gaming, open world gaming, I think, into the immediate future.
So with the 97 Metacritic score, what do you think could have been added or taken away to get this to 100?
To 100?
Yeah.
There's only a couple things that I think that that hurt it. The first thing is, I think with the past Dark Souls games and your side quest system, where you just discover people along the way and like they just chain to each other, worked really good in the old Dark Souls because you're on kind of like rails, so you're going to run into these people. But in the open world,
because you can't really continue.
I can't find anybody. It's really. I think it's extremely difficult to like follow a chess chain in this game. Mm-hmm. So I think even just something as like, I heard one guy mentioning like graying out dialogue that I've already. Just so I know, it's like, okay, I already listened to that. I already know that. Like even something as simple as that, like just some direction to help the player follow the quest. Cause I'm so lost on the quest lines. Mm-hmm. So that's a big thing. And I think the graphics do look very last gen-y, and they are because they're an old gen. It's an old gen engine, but I think the graphics are, dude, if you play Horizon Forbidden West, this game is woefully lacking, right? Compared to like a modern next gen game. And so it's not just a little lacking, like it's woefully lacking. And so those are the two things that I think hold it back from perfection. But that doesn't mean it can't be still the best game, right, we've ever played.
They could probably give us an upgrade, an update, and change the graphics on that shit.
Yeah, they gave us an updated like.
They could output something crazy.
Demon Souls looks substantially better than this, right? Like Demon Souls looks substantially better. But is this better than Demon Souls? Yeah, and Demon Souls is amazing. Yeah, absolutely amazing. But Demon Souls is better by quite a margin because it's the most epic thing I've ever played in my life. Literally, the most epic game I've ever played in my life.
For sure. But, you know, since we're talking about it and Metacritic scores and all of that stuff, you know, and Elden Ring, let's just go ahead and shoot into the first topic. So the first topic that we have here is, of course, Elden Ring stuff. But people, you know, these hunt for the runes, man, they're out there on YouTube. There's so many videos of like farm this, farm that, farm 10K in 1 minute. You know, I think I've seen like 1 million rune farm
in an
AFK.
hour. Yeah,
like
exactly.
You can just stand still in one area and just gather tons of runes. I'm actually looking for that spot right now.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Trying to make it there so
1 million runes AFK.
So I can get beefy. But you know, there's so much stuff. But one thing that it seems like people are doing is they're managing to take these runes that they're sitting here and harvesting nonstop and selling this shit on eBay, dude, and making like mad money from this. I mean, I haven't really done too much as far as multiplayer to like, drop something,
right, or trade
or whatnot. Yeah, to do a trade or something like that, because I haven't had a chance to like hop in and do something with Ray. And I won't be able to do it with Mark unless I buy the game again. But
we're playing together tonight, right? At least gonna be
yeah, we're gonna try
at
least tonight or tomorrow or something. But yeah, we're gonna find something. But yeah, man, they're gathering these things. I'm thinking that they're doing it with like these golden runes, right? These items, and they're just dropping the items themselves that are worth like 1,500, actual runes or whatever.
Yeah. So just to give clarity, what you're talking about is there's these little tiny circular coins you kind of find. They're called golden runes, and they have different levels to them. So you're like a level 10 is like a lot, and you crack it, you pop it open, and you get all the runes from it. So we're thinking that Marcus was telling me that people are glitch farming these, right? They're duplicating these, right?
Yeah, basically, if you can, while you're online, if you can unload a bunch of stuff, and before that person picks it up, you just hop out of the server. So like if I'm the host, then I call Ray in. Ray says he's got about 30 of these golden runes, 10s. So they're beefy. So he comes into my game, drops a bunch of the shit onto the floor, and then he just disconnects. So now I've got all the stuff left here that I can scoop up. And because he disconnected from the server, it doesn't actually show that they're lost in his possession, because the game doesn't do automatic saves like every second.
It's not auto saving.
They kind of lapse in certain things.
Right.
So these people are making like buku bucks, and they could essentially be rinsing and repeating off of like one harvest that they did, which is crazy to think about that. I mean, but Dark Souls has always had glitches for certain things.
Right.
And so, this is just one of those things. But I mean, for somebody to think, hey, I'm gonna put this shit on eBay, that somebody could buy it, I'll do this for them, and then and I'll make some profit. It's fucking genius.
What I wonder about this when I watch this and when I read this is, my first thought is like, so this is against the terms of service, right? Like, you're not allowed to do this,
right?
But I wonder how much From Software will fix it. Like, will they go to eBay and like tell them, hey, pull down
cancel
cancels, pull down cancel listings that are selling runes for our game, like, because I know WoW does stuff like that. WoW is very strict. Like, I'm just curious if From Software, I'm curious if like From Software, will do any of that as well, because this does make the game pay to win. Like, you can literally go and buy runes on eBay and level your guy up to like an eternity level high and just easy shot the game.
But at the same time, right, it's also irrelevant, because this isn't a multiplayer game.
Right.
This isn't a game. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing that would make it like matter is if you're getting invaded left and right, and then you just wreck everybody who comes in because you're just OP'd at 999 level or whatever. But you still have to have the right gear, the right armor, the right weapon to be able to.
I will say, like, you're largely right. However, I do know that there is a very big multiplayer dueling community for the Souls games.
Yeah,
and I can see them being pissed, even though like I always have felt that Elden Ring is first and foremost. I should say Souls games, From Software games are first and foremost like single player experiences. Yeah. So for me, I agree. Like, it has no impact on me. If someone wants to do that in their world, then they can do that. They can do that in their world. I don't like glitching. I don't like that. As someone like actually earn these runes, I'm all for it, man. Like, if you went and you farmed all these runes and you want to sell them and someone's willing to buy them, like, I have no issue with that. Although I do have an issue with the glitching. That's cheating. That's not good. I'm not a fan of that.
Glitching is a little bump.
But selling your hard work, like, I don't have really any problem with that, especially because, like you said, it's a single player game and it has really no bearing on me. If it was multiplayer like World of Warcraft, now I do have like an issue, right? Like,
then we're talking about something
your
different.
Experience. Yeah, it can impact your experience, and like, this is a problem. But so that's why I just wonder how much From Software will take this serious or not. but it's
but
crazy. I
I
never would have
honestly
thought.
think I wouldn't have thought that either. But I honestly think that if I was a developer and this was something to happen, I would praise this. I would let this ride. And the reason why is because the ultimate goal of a dev is to make a game that people want to play, right? So if I have somebody constantly playing my game all the time, you know what I mean? Then that makes me happy. I did my job. You know, you want to play my game all the time. So if you found a way to make money off of my game, and that didn't entail you bootlegging my shit, you know what I mean? Like I'm all for it because that means you're gonna play my game longer. Like this game is gonna be, 200,000 hours on your console by the time everything's said and done. Just because you were farming runes,
I totally hear what you're saying, but like it's funny because I wonder also like how much it also deters people to continue playing it once they've broken it. In a sense, like you remember that one time we were playing Diablo 3,
yeah,
and we got broke. Did you and I ever return to that game? You and I were putting in so many hours, and the second that dude came in and made us OP, we stopped playing it. So while that guy's playing it a lot, we stopped playing.
But there was also a catch-22 because at the same time, right, we had already beaten that game multiple times, and all we were doing is just going on the rigmarole of farming to get higher tiered items and stuff like that, and get these sets and different things. So we had already beat the game. We had already demolished the game and whatnot. And all that dude did was come in and just make it so like it was obliterated. Right. And then you have other games that come in also, and it's even more of a reason to be like, well, I think I've kind of like done everything I can do in this, you know what I mean? So let me go ahead and move on to another game.
Well, I'm just talking about the longevity point you were trying to make. Like you said, like for any developer, you want people to play your game and to keep playing your game. And the easier you make it for people to just kind of like obliterate it and walk away is not good for like longevity. And that's what hurt Diablo. Yeah. And I think like this could have that effect if enough people did it, but I don't think enough people are really doing it to where it really like matters.
Also, I think that this probably can only be done on PC. I don't know if it's getting done on console, but I know that the glitch in shit. What was the game we were talking about? The other one.
Diablo 3?
Diablo. The glitch was done on PC. But the PC guy was able to join in multiplayer on console. And that's how he was able to give me the shit. Other than that, there would have been no other way for me to duplicate it on console. Or, well, not to duplicate it, but to pull the pieces offline, edit the stats on them, and then put them back into the files, right? Those were all done on a PC because they were able to get them, change some of the stats on there to make them OP as hell, and then put them right back in the folders where they were held at. And that's so crazy, then once you take that data, then you're dropping those items off after you duplicated them to somebody on
they get saved console, to your and they get saved to your world. Yeah. It's totally joking the system for sure.
Right. So unless people are able to do some crazy duplication stuff or whatever and join from PC, that stuff isn't really going to even affect the console guys, the Xbox guys or the PlayStation dudes. It might just only be something that affects the PC world. But I mean, I hope that if they don't have it, I hope that it is cross play, where you can play with somebody from Xbox, on PlayStation. Because I try to get my father-in-law to like just step up his variety of games, and then try some of these other things. So I'm like, dude, you don't want a PlayStation? Like, you don't want any of these games that are on here? Granted, this is on the Xbox or whatever, but, it's like I'm trying to play other things with him, but he's stuck on Xbox, and I just buy everything for the PlayStation. So,
I know,
it's trying to convince him to, like, okay, play that, but then he's like, do you have it on the Xbox? And it's like, nah, I got it on the PlayStation. Well, I'm probably not going to play it then. So, but I think this is one of those that I might be the type of guy that buys it on like every console, just because it's so freaking good.
I would not be surprised, man. Like if I get like a Steam Deck someday and I rebuy this game,
for PC,
dude, totally.
Yeah, I would definitely try Mark's trick and buy it from
Oh,
what was it, Antarctica or something like that?
Yeah, some
And buy
European country,
$30
right?
for it.
Like
Yeah, pay
Austria or
$30 for it
something.
and buy it again.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
couldn't do that.
that guy,
So
dude. But anyway,
it's like,
speaking of like From Software being mad, they may not be, but some other developers are.
oh man, people is salty out here, dude. Ubisoft guys and Guerrilla Games, man. They do a lot of open world type of games, you know what I mean? And for Elden Ring to come in, which was never an open world game, and or From Software to make games that were never really open world, and to now make one that is extremely open world and shit all over the competition. These guys are just like, they salty as fuck, man. they rethinking their life. They rethinking the team that they work for. They might want to slide over to From Software, man. But yeah, what was the
so we have the first what started this whole fiasco with the developers being bitter over Elden Ring's success. And let me tell you, they're bitter. They're mad bitter. If they're willing to say anything on Twitter, then behind Twitter, behind closed doors, these dudes are mad. They fuming. And so it started with a tweet by Ubisoft's UX director, and UX means user experience, not user interface, not UI. It means user experience. So you as an experience, your experience playing the game. Director Ahmed Salama, who claimed that the fact that Elden Ring scored a 97 Metacritic rating is proof that reviewers don't give a flaming poop about game UX. My life is a lie. And then someone responded saying that, he also followed it up by saying that Elden Ring's UX is so bad that I can only imagine From Software devs smoking at their desk and using CRT monitors.
You gotta be high to play this game. Is that what they're saying?
That's what he's saying. He's saying that they were high when they made this game. He's saying that is a problem. And then I think it was the Quest developer O'Shea who dogged it for its Quest development system. And then
which is kind of like what you said, how the quests aren't really hard to track. Yeah, you just kind of come across them and you have another step.
Yeah, so what I'll say here is like there may be some truth to that, but here's what's interesting. I don't think these people get it. Like when he says my life is a lie, like to me that implies like he's implying there that had he just done it the way Elden Ring did it, right? Just shut everything off. You have like no UI. It's just you in the world. Let's throw you in there and you just run around. Yeah. I think he thinks like had he done that for, let's say, Valhalla, because he's a Ubi,
that it was going to be better or something.
It wouldn't be. Nah. The game wouldn't all of a sudden be better. Like they're missing the point that it's not the fact that Elden Ring has just done this thing by dropping you in the world and let you explore. It's that what you're exploring is so intriguing and so gripping that you want to keep exploring on your own, that you don't need direction because you are so gripped.
And it's not a shit ton of copy paste going on here.
Right.
Like
everything's unique.
Soldiers in this area shouldn't look like the soldiers in that area and do the same shit as the soldiers in this area. Like they're all doing different stuff. They all have different attacks, combinations and stuff like that. And yeah, you got like the peons that are kind of similar and whatnot, but they still we were talking about it earlier, man. Like the peons from the start area, the little soldier dudes, attack way different than the peons.
They do.
In the Lucaria
it's
Academy.
A way different experience.
They're like zombies. Like you got zombie peons and you got soldier peons, and they, you don't get grappled, by the soldier peons. You know what I mean?
Dude, another thing,
zombies
bro,
grapple you and then nibble on you and take you out.
Like with like well, I'll bring up Far Cry. Mm-hmm. When you're playing in the world of Far Cry, it's like it's forest and stuff. You can't really see. Like you need them to tell you where things are at because you can't see anything. Like you don't know where to go or what to do, and everything looks the same. You're right. Everything looks identical. But in Elden Ring, it's actually I can visually see the world, and I can say, oh, dude, look at that tower over there. I'm gonna run to that. There's gonna be something dope there.
Landscape,
or like you said,
terrain are like all
or
different.
like,
So you
or
know, you're
like
looking
when
at
you
slopes and shit, rocks, ledges and things. You're like, well, what's over there? Like, let me go and check
or
that out.
when you open the map up, like you were mentioning, you open the map up, the map itself gives you that look interesting. So you put your own waypoints. Where in Ubisoft games, they make the waypoint for you.
Yeah.
Because also, you don't know where the outpost is. You can't visually see the outpost on the map. They have to tell you where it's at. See, Elden Ring says, look, that looks interesting on the map. You click on it. You go. Like, that's a huge mind-bending difference that they're not understanding here.
And also, you know, the fact that, okay, so like when you're playing games like Far Cry and Assassin's Creed and things like that, you're literally, when you chose to do a side quest, you clicked on the person, you talked to the person, you accepted the side quest or whatever, and then you're trying to complete that side quest, possibly. So you're going to that straight to that location to do it, turn it in, you know, back at the guy or whatever. But in Dark Souls, or I mean in Elden Ring, you're literally running around and you just happen to come across people that don't need to be killed, and you go and talk to them, and then they just tell you stuff about the area or about themselves, and then you just do the dialogue until it's done, and they keep repeating themselves, and then you move on, and then you know you get distracted by other stuff and you're doing other things, and then you just so happen, oh shit, there's old boy that I was talking to, let me run up on him, see what he's talking about now, and then he'll give you some more talk or something like that. Or you know, you meet somebody a while back, and then you happen to see their gold sign by the entrance of a boss, and you're like, oh, okay, I can get this guy to come with me. Nice.
Right. And it's like a cherry on top. Like, you didn't even need this storyline, right? Like, it's almost
not
like
required.
It's not required. It's not necessary. It doesn't add anything to the end of the game. It's just like a sweet little cool thing that happens. You're like, oh, yeah, that was dope. What just happened there? I didn't expect that. Oh, I just got a new spirit helper out of the blue because I found this person. Like, it's just done like way differently. That is so much more brilliant than Ubisoft is understanding. It's not just about like holding the player's hand. It's about how you allow the player to live in a world that is so rich that they want to explore it. Right.
That's what's good, Joe. So Joe asked the question, hey guys, if you could pick one game to play, New Horizons Zero Dawn or Elden Ring, which are you playing? I already made this decision. I made this decision the moment that Elden Ring was announced. And then when they announced it for Forbidden West, I was like, damn, that sucks, because I wanted to play Forbidden West. You know, I have not gotten a chance to play Forbidden West. I have not even attempted to buy it, just because I know that all my time is dedicated to Elden Ring. Like, you know, I want to talk about games all day, but fuck, man, Elden Ring, dude. Like, I'm just talking about Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. This is what's crazy. It's like we have experienced like the joy and the newfound gripping nature of a game like 10 times already in one game, because every single new place we go to,
I have seen the light.
Every single place we experience is like a whole new experience. That Elden Ring has just changed the game. And clearly Joe's just not joining us because Gali and I have only been talking about how like Elden Ring might be our favorite game ever made now. And yeah, so we would choose Elden Ring without, it wouldn't even be a millisecond of like decision. It wouldn't even be like, all right, Elden Ring. No, it's Elden Ring without even Elden Ring.
Did you buy Forbidden West?
No, I didn't even buy it either. I haven't bought it yet either, man. You'd be like, I can't say Elden Ring quick enough to like tell you.
That kind of says it right there. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. Like, I was excited for Forbidden West. You know what I mean? I liked Zero Dawn. I thought it was a great game, and you know, I was looking forward to continuing Aloy's story. But I mean, I feel like they kind of shot themselves in the foot by putting this around Elden Ring, and it's like, yeah, you could buy both of the games at the same time if you wanted. You know what I mean? But
see, okay,
what's going to sit on the shelf? What's going to sit, in your room, for long? Like, I don't want to pay $60 for a game that's literally just going to sit on my shelf for like two or 3 months.
It depends too, like what you want. Like in a lot of these games, like Forbidden West, for example, in Horizon Forbidden West, is they're bringing you along like their story. So they're stringing you along quest to quest to tell their story, right? Where Elden Ring is like you are experiencing like your story.
This is your story,
like, this is own unique story. Man. Yes, this is your own adventure. Like
this is the way I went through these bosses. I went and I killed this boss, then that boss, then this boss. Oh shit, you killed this boss first? Like, damn, man, I couldn't even find that area until like way later.
Elden Ring,
this over here. I got this armor, that, like, man.
Elden Ring is nothing but wonder and exploration and joy at accomplishment and what's around the next corner. You can't wait. You just finished a dungeon. You can't wait to get out and walk around the corner to find the next dungeon. You are so intricately involved in the adventure where one is stringing you along and the other one, you are pushing yourself along. And so
you're controlling the narrative.
It's just a whole different feeling. Elden Ring, play it, stick with it, just enjoy it, take your time with it. Don't feel like you have to get through it. It's meant to be savored. Even the way they laid it out. It's designed to be something you savor, that you just play and just enjoy it, man. Like,
I feel like I'm gonna have to take a break. I feel like I'm gonna have to take a break from this at some point so that I can play other games to give my opinions on those other games. But it's gonna be hard, man. Like, I just want to keep going through this, and I feel like every second that I'm playing it, I feel like I'm closer. I'm that much closer to greatness and achieving something else. And so it's hard to just like stop. You know what I mean? Like, I basically gotta wait until I die to stop playing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh shit. Like, I just, I gotta find another grace. Like, maybe just let me find one more grace. I'll get there.
Exactly.
And then I'll clock out. And then it's like, oh damn. But this thing is like right here. So
I got 10 minutes. I can do it. I got 10 minutes.
You know what? Right? And then I'll die. And then it's like, all right. I'm gonna stop. Oh wait, I got 2 more minutes. All right, let me see if I can run out there again.
Well, because it's because everything that you do from software has made it feel epic. So like when you walk into that boss room, right, and you see that boss and you slay it, you're like, oh, right. You're just like, you feel epic. It's presented like it's epic, and like it's a feeling that no other game really gives you. That's unique to this game, and I hope we see developers try and duplicate the beauty that From Software has made here with open world games, and I hope that From Software continues to make their games open world, because these things are incredible, dude. Back, I know, right? I don't want them to go back now.
Yeah,
it's just oh man, I can't get enough of it. Even though the graphics are a little bit dry, it doesn't matter. It's such an
it hasn't bothered me not one bit. And that shows that it's not all about, like how much graphical output and stuff like that you can produce on these things and whatnot. Like, if you can give me the 60 frames per second and you can make a great game, then that's all that really matters. I mean, we've seen it tons of times where we'll play, some of these 8-bit games or whatever, you know what I mean? And spend mad time on these things, or some of these older looking games, like Nobody Saves the World, or Arkvale or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, these are games that aren't not taxing your console whatsoever to play, but they're good games.
Absolutely.
So you spend tons of time playing.
Arkvale was so much fun.
Yeah, Arkvale was dope. Yeah,
you don't need great graphics. Yeah, if you have a great game,
store and stuff like that, like different takes of artwork. And it's not like it's like, ooh, this looks so real and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not required a lot of times. I feel like if your game is lacking in quite a few areas, then the looks can pick it up. You know what I mean? But it's something to say when your game plays great. and you can have subpar graphics or looking
and people
like
still think it's a masterpiece.
and it's
Yeah, it's
97.
crazy.
Like
That's crazy. And it's 97.
It's 97. Yeah, I mean, so
and we ain't joking. Like it ain't. Yeah, it's 97. Right. Like that's what it is.
I feel like it should be very close to 100 because the shit the things that is
close.
that you could have problems with could be fixed with an update or something like that at any given time. If they just decide, hey, we're gonna boost the graphics on here and we're just gonna send it out to everybody and they could just download the update. It's 20 gigs, but they're gonna love it.
Totally. Here's a little meme or I guess screenshot that someone made that's been going around the internet. This is what Elden Ring would look like if Ubisoft developed it. You have your message of the day over here. You have your press X to interact. You have your big, massive mini map with little question marks all over it.
Right.
You know, you have your main quest, side quest, 2 out of 10. You know, like it's just cluttered. You have like, what do you have? Like maybe like a little 4x4 screen here. Where you can
it's
like
so much on the screen, but it's crazy because sometimes I end up just pressing triangle just to see how much life I have. Like, am I about to die before I get into this shit? Let me hit triangle so I can see what my stats
I actually turned mine on. So my health is
you turned it so that it's always on?
Yeah, so it's always on. So this is always on.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
that's how the old Souls games are. The old Souls games are that way.
Right.
So I wanted it to be like the old Souls games. But yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't here though. This is junk. This ain't here. These quest lines aren't here. This down here, your little action bar isn't here. None of this is here.
Yeah.
So all you have, even if you turn on the UI, you have this little health bar up here, and you have a little
and then that right there on the left side.
That's it. So
and then you'll have like stuff that's on the right up above the up and down pad with all your items at the bottom.
I will say
right up above to that icon.
You're right. And I will say one other thing. I'll say one other thing that I think that Elden Ring could have done better was give you a little bit more idea of where something went when you pick it up. Like you pick up an item and you put it in your bag. You're like, damn, dude, where the heck is that item that I just picked up? Like it'd be cool if it was just like highlighted, right? Maybe they just put like a little rim of highlight around it because it's new. So when you open your bag,
give you like a little icon next to the name that lets you know what type of an item it is. Oh, this is a weapon equipment item, or this is a key item.
They have a little icon, but yeah, if there was an actual wording like weapon, you're like, oh, dope, a weapon. Because it would be even more exciting, right? Like something dropped, you're like, dude, I don't even know what that thing is.
Yeah,
it's cool. That's something, but I don't know what that is. Like, if there was just something there to indicate, I think that would be those are easy, like you said. Those are things you can fix with a patch. A little light glow around a new item, like that's really easy to fix. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or just like the little notification that says like new next to the items in your bag.
Just a little word that says just new. So like, okay,
just
there it is.
You know.
Now I know what it is. Like something like that would all of a sudden fix that problem. Like something that simple would fix that problem. So these things, the problems that are wrong with Elden Ring are like so tiny.
Yeah,
it's just so good, man.
But all right. Enough about Elden Ring. Fine. We'll go ahead and move on to another.
Fine.
You know, if you guys insist. So I think on Thursday, so yesterday, right? Was it yesterday or was it Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay, Wednesday. Sorry. Wednesday, State of Play happened. And this one was supposed to be basically mostly around Japanese games that were releasing and whatnot. So they were showing a lot of love. And we did get some interesting stuff. So like we saw a little bit more of like Forspoken. We saw some of Ghostwire, and a few others like Final Fantasy and stuff like that. But I guess we can go ahead and start talking about them.
So this first game that they showed, they started the show off with this Exo Primal. What did you think about this Exo Primal game? It's like
you know what? It kind of reminded me of like Jurassic Park on steroids. Like the way those dinosaurs were like falling out of the 6-story building or whatever and just dropping. I was kind of like, what's the point? Like, what is this? But
it's almost it's almost like a wave game, like things coming at you in waves.
Yeah.
Like, or even like a Dead Rising where you just have like, instead of zombies, you have dinosaurs and they're just like everywhere.
Yeah. They're just
everywhere. And you're just having fun slaying. You're just slaying everything. So this seems like a multiplayer game. It's just like raining. It's just raining from the sky. Like this looks like it could be a little bit of fun. I mean, of course, once again, we've been
It's
talking about Elden
Capcom,
Ring,
so
but the
it
game,
feels like
I
like
liked Village a whole lot, and so like I have a lot of trust in Capcom. Which
but I
that's
feel
why
like
it
this is
almost
more of an arcade game than like a like a Resident Evil type of game.
You know what I mean is like I know they can make good games, right?
Yeah,
So it's like
right.
I know because I like Village a lot. You know, I really like that game quite a bit. That I know that they can make a good game, and so I have a little trust in Capcom to think that this will be a fun one, even though it's a little bit ridiculous. Like it's just like hundreds and hundreds of freaking. This is like a Dynasty Warriors, right? This is like almost like Dynasty Warriors, where you just have the waves of guys and you have the heroes that are just mowing through them all. Yeah, that's what this is more like. This is more like a Dynasty Warriors game for sure. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, definitely a Dynasty Warriors. So I mean, this right here, this didn't really like interest me too much. I don't play too much of the Dynasty Warrior games and stuff like that. But if this was like a free to play, maybe I'd give it a shot.
Yeah, we don't know if it's free to play or not, but I don't know. It looks fun. This is not a bad one. It's not a bad. It doesn't look like no masterpiece, but it looks like a lot of fun. So that was the first game they revealed. Do we really want to watch another Ghostwire Tokyo? Do you have any interest in this, man? I've kind of lost all interest in
this I was actually thinking when I was watching just this this extra stuff that they gave us, I was thinking like I wouldn't spend $60 on this, but if this was like $20-$25, I'd probably buy it then, maybe.
It's gonna be a $60 game, man. See, this is one of those games, bro, this is one of those games that the Metacritic can really turn me. Right, where it's like I don't really want to play it, and then all of a sudden, if it's like an 88,
if it gets an outstanding score,
kind of like what happened with Deathloop. Even though we wanted to play Deathloop, when I saw those scores drop, and I told you like, bro, this is 100. They're getting this game 100. I was really intrigued, and I wanted to play it. And then when you played it, and you're like, dude, I think it is. And then I played it. I really liked it. Like the Metacritic score can really have a big impact for whether I buy this or not. So this is going to be
I try to
highly
avoid
influenced by reviews.
I try to avoid the Metacritics as much as I can, just because I don't want my opinion tainted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I agree, and I understand that.
If I was already planning on getting it, I don't want to be swayed.
But this is not one that I necessarily. Well, exactly. That's my point, though. This is one I'm not necessarily planning on getting.
Right.
So this is one where Metacritic can have a big influence on whether I do get it.
Right, but seeing the Metacritic score for like Elden Ring when I already know I'm gonna get it is like irrelevant to me.
I agree.
I don't need to see it. Like
Metacritic was not gonna change whether or not I someday play Horizon Forbidden West. Like I'm gonna play that game, even whether that got a high score or not. But this game definitely has an impact on whether I will play it or not, right? Like I guess it looks okay. Is that what Arachnid's saying? Like a lot of people will buy a game that, by the way, like that to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess it does look different. It looks interesting, but
I was gonna say because it looks really cool, with the effects and stuff like that that they're using in it, and it looks like they're trying to do a lot of like splash, on the screen and stuff. That it did look cool, and so that's why I would contemplate getting it if it was like $20-$25 or something like that. You know what I mean? That'd be like a reasonable price for something like that, because it just, I don't know, but it's just giving me this indie kind of feel.
So this is really like
a AAA title kind
The
of
Strangers of Paradise. What do you think about this? This is right because you got some good gameplay here.
I thought it was cool, but it's
Final
Fantasy, so it's continuing.
No, but this is the origin though, right? This is like the origination, and this is the their Dark Souls version. So this is their Dark Souls attempt. But this is what we've been seeing at E3 for a while. I know you and Mark were on the fence. Right. I was kind of on the fence too, but we finally got some gameplay here, and it looks pretty exciting. You check out this gameplay, like this looks pretty dope. Right? Like that's pretty sweet, that little, shadow step he's doing or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it looks kind of neat. Like once again, is this something that I'm planning on like day one buying? Probably not. Once again, this will be something that maybe like depends on the price. Like you mentioned, if it's priced lower, or if it's highly graded on Metacritic, then I'll get it. But there's a demo. This comes out next Friday. So this is almost out. So I'm really curious about that game. That one I'm going to keep on my radar for sure. Oh, and then they got some more Forspoken. Dude, I don't know about you.
He said the Metacritic score tried to save him from Fallout 76, but didn't listen. Nah, dude, that's probably one of the ones where I was glad that I looked at the Metacritic score for Fallout 76. When we started seeing how shit the scores were, we're like, oh damn, might have to hold off a minute on this one, and I'm glad I did, dude.
Yeah, we came to that one much later after everything was fixed, and we really liked it. But originally, it wasn't just Metacritic; it was like users too, who were like really upset with Fallout 76. So
but
I'm
this
glad
is
on board for that one.
But this is Forspoken. So seeing this was like the most fighting gameplay or whatever that we had seen. Did this change your opinion on Forspoken at all?
Dude, for me, I don't know if it's I see this open world like this, and I don't know if it's because I'm playing Elden Ring right now that I just feel like everything I'm turned off, man. Kind of like what you were saying. I'm gonna have to play another game at some point in time.
Yeah.
But like I'm not like looking forward to it because Elden Ring is so freaking good that when I see this, I go, I just don't know what to think right now because I'm so tainted by Elden Ring. But like, I mean, yeah, it looks cool. Like once again, I feel like it's Spider-Man. Like I feel like she's like a Spider-Man character. I mean, it just feels like Spider-Man to me.
So this like made me look at it like way different. I felt like, she was like a modern day chick getting pulled into like this ancient world.
Yeah, we knew that.
But like the spells and the different magic and stuff that she's using is just like it's like everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? She's kicking laser beams out, like she's bringing fire, like it's all over the place. It looks like they'll be using a lot of particle effects on this for the PS5. Like they're gonna try to make sure also, your console damn near.
See, that looks like Spider-Man. Look at her. She's like dodging
all the webbing.
Like she almost like she has like a spidey sense. Like check it out. Like this just feels like a Spider-Man game. Like she's just like, look at that. She's perfectly dodged. Like she has come out of spider sense. I feel like this is just a straight Spider-Man copy. And I feel like when you watch this with sound, she's constantly making those wisecrack jokes. I don't like when a lot of games do that because like, I feel like it belittles the world and the serious nature of what's going on. Like watching this on mute actually was way better for me. I'm not kidding. Right now, I'm watching it right now with you, and I have it on.
So you're talking about Drake humor isn't appealing to you?
Yeah, it's not. It depends. Like for Drake, it's a little bit more whimsical. Like the world is not as serious. He's kind of like on an adventure. This is like dire, right? Like Elden Ring. If we were playing Elden Ring and the guy was constantly cracking jokes or whatever, like I wouldn't like that because I feel like it belittles like the serious nature of the game.
Yeah, and but at the same time, Drake was getting shot at.
Yeah, but this is not. It's not like demons and like darkness. That's what I mean. Like this is like dark. Like look at this. I mean, like what the heck is this? This is freaking end of the world like Dark Souls level stuff. I just think this game would be better if it stuck to a serious tone. Like Spider-Man. He's in a city. He's beating up thugs.
Okay,
like
so it's lighter. You're saying because the thing looks darker with the creatures and stuff, that her lighthearted humor
doesn't line up
as appealing.
Yeah, there's like a dissonance there for me. That doesn't line up. That I think it would be better had they made it more.
Or as if she takes all this as a joke.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just and that doesn't make sense to me. I think most people would be like, dude, I'm dead serious about this. I'm closed off. Like I'm in a serious situation. I'm trying to survive. So I just think like it would have been better. Like this looks really good with the mute on. I'm not kidding. Like I think it's much better this way.
Yeah.
And I have a little better opinion about it now, actually, after watching that. I think they're trying to capture that Miles.
Like the commercial then.
Yeah. So that actually looked pretty good, actually, watching it for a second time.
Yeah.
This Gundam Evolution, this just looked like a multiplayer. What's it called when they put a whole bunch of people, an arena shooter? This looked like an arena shooter to me, like a battle royale. Like a battle royale. But I don't think it's like an open world. Like battle royales are like a big world you're in.
Right.
I don't think this was like a big, open world. It just was like an arena. You're in like an arena, and you're just kind of like all killing each other.
Yeah, skip that shit, bro.
So, yeah, the moment I can skip it, I will skip it. But I mean, Gundam's kind of cool. I mean, fighting in a Gundam is kind of neat. I just, I can't get on board with multiplayer, man. Like it's not my thing,
Yeah, Arachnid said that Starfield will bring you back to the into testing the open world waters if it comes out this year, my man. But that's if it does come out this year, it's at least 6 months away. So
I can already tell you right now, I'm almost positive that there's no way Starfield's going to be as good as Elden Ring. There's no possible way. So Elden Ring, I'm calling it right now. Like, there's no possible way. I'm not saying it's not going to be great. I'm sure Starfield will be really good. But I doubt I'm going to get the same experience and feeling that I have with Elden Ring. Elden Ring has changed my mind on open world games, I think.
You're going to get a Fallout
moving
experience.
Into the future.
That's what you're going to get.
Yeah,
you're going to get a Fallout experience in the Starfield world. So it's just a matter of, is that experience good or not? But will it be Game of the Year?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be Game of the Year.
It's got a strong contender right now.
I think Elden Ring has convinced me that, I'm just convinced, man. We'll see. Because God of War is going to be great too.
Collection. Yo, oh yeah, I forgot.
God of War is going to be great also.
What's that shit out in like September or something?
Yeah, I think it comes out September.
Yeah. Also, Forspoken comes out in October.
Right. I doubt that'll be Game of the Year. I just think that Elden Ring has changed the way we're gonna see open world games created moving into the future, and because of that, I think it's gonna easily win, which is fine because like I told you, man, and I think we're kind of on the same page. If someone held a gun to my head and said, "Pick your favorite game of all time," I've always said Last of Us, but it would actually be a decision for me now, where I would be like, "Shoot, man, I don't know, Elden Ring, really
Elden Ring or The Last of Us, huh?"
Yeah, Elden Ring is really good,
bro.
I've always said The Last of Us. It's been a no-brainer for me.
The Last of Us
is so good. So good, man.
Yeah.
And then we have just a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collection.
Yeah. I thought that one was cool though, having like all of the games.
In one collection.
So that wouldn't be bad if it was
the thing is like what would you pay for it though? Yeah, it's not going to be $10
like
bucks,
10,
man.
$15.
They're not going to charge 10. They're going to charge at least 30, right?
Yeah. And if it's for the Switch, I'd be happier. Like if it comes out on the Switch.
Oh, I agree with that.
Okay, this is a good game for the Switch.
I agree with that. There's another brawler, right? Isn't there like there's like another like brawler rampage kind of thing here?
Oh yeah, destroy all monsters.
Yeah. It looks fun.
Yeah,
it's interesting,
it's literally just fighting in the city, destroying buildings and stuff like that while trying to destroy the guys. So it's whatever. This one should be like $10.
Oh, I'm gonna skip this. It's another fighter, man. Come on. Do you even watch? Do you watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
So I don't watch JoJo's Bizarre, but I thought that it was interesting because this is like cell shade graphics, and the only time I've really seen cell shading is damn, what's the fucking they get Borderlands. Borderlands is where I see all the cell shading.
Yeah, but it's a fighter, man.
But this is a fighter, so I'm personally not interested in a fighter.
Oh, dude, what do you think of this? This is a big world. So, what do you think of this here?
I almost thought that I was looking at Ghost of Tsushima for a second, and then I was.
This is like the indie-fied. This is like the indie version of like Ghost. Like if an indie developer wanted to make a game like Ghost, like this is what they would have made.
For sure.
I thought that the combat looked a tad clunky.
I almost thought it was Sifu for a second too when I was looking at some of that fighting.
Yeah,
just like looking at it from that view or something. I was like, "Damn, what is this? Like a Sifu upgrade or something?"
Yeah. I know, right? No, this is what Sifu should have been, right? Yeah, something like that. Exactly.
Yeah,
but I mean, like, it looks cool. It's black and white. It looks like the film. The sword looks pretty cool.
I was super surprised about one of these games. I don't know if it's the next one coming up.
See, this is one that I would play. I would play this game for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it'll be cool. It looks like it'll be like a cool.
I'd probably pay 20, 30, depending on what they charge for this.
Yeah.
To play this one. Yeah, I'd pay that, I think. This is probably for sure. Look, that's cool. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
You're like exploring ruins and stuff. Like, I don't know. This looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think that's a must play. Oh, the Returnal. The Returnal. I was
surprised about, dude. Co-op.
What do you think, dude?
Co-op might have me buy this shit though.
So my first thought, bro, with the co-op though was this: make it co-op, but don't change the health and difficulty of the mobs. Let adding a person actually impact it, man.
Just let it
help you. Yeah. Don't just double the health. Okay, now it's no help at all anyway. We're just gonna die together. Like if they actually keep it the same.
Instance drops. I don't want to have to share the drops with you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
instance
I
loot.
want my own drops.
Instance loot. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if they did that, share it, then it's like, ooh.
If they made the world the same difficulty and just added the player to make it helpful, that'd be
so much fun.
That's gonna be fun.
Because the game was a good game, but it was just so damn tough. And if you could just add an extra person in there to help you out, like that would make it
because it was a great
world's
game.
Better. Yeah.
Totally, I agree.
That would make it so that it's like way more fathomable that you could do, like, you know, you could complete like several runs, you know,
totally,
and not have too many problems. Like,
and
you
might so much fun
like that, but you know, like, oh, we just did this wrong. We got to do this next time or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly, doing it together. That's a great addition, man. I know, make you go and buy it, right? Dude, now this looks sick. I'm excited about this one.
Oh, the personally,
I'm excited about this game, dude.
Yeah, it looked like some of those other Chronicles type of games.
This looks like Fire Emblem, man. I swear it's like straight. I like Fire Emblem like a lot.
Like, yeah, Fire Emblem is cool. It's just been a while, and I'm not really. I don't know if this is turn based or not, or if Fire Emblem
it's turn based.
But
yeah, it's
I've kind of been over. I've kind of been over like turn based games for a while now. But I like them. Fire Emblem and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
That's like ultimate strategy. That's like ultimate strategy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, it's like I like board game strategy.
But this one looked like it's gonna be like Fire Emblem quality. Like Fire Emblem always gets like 9 out of 10s, you know, like this is going to be like a high quality. From what I can tell, this looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm definitely, I mean, look at even the
graphics reminds
me of,
but this is probably just a cutscene though. So I need to actually see like what it looked like in game.
This is the in game right here.
Okay.
This is the combat.
Which don't look too bad.
So like you
it don't look like that video though.
I like how the anime, like, you know, the cut in of that person's face, like that looks sick, dude, for a turn-based game. A strategy. You know, look at that's the map as a square.
Seeing all of that go, woo, that did look pretty cool.
Like that's dope looking.
Making blast and seeing that peer back.
I don't know. This looks really, really exciting to me. So this was
how much you paying for this? You paying $60 for this?
I'd pay full for this.
Okay.
I'd buy this, I think, day one actually. This looks really, really good. Really, really good. I'm expecting a lot from this game. And also the next game.
25 for me on the Switch.
And also the next game looks sick
actually,
too.
Never mind. This might look shit on the Switch.
Also, this next game coming up here, the last one that they showed,
looks
actually sick as heck too. This is like
Valkyrie Elysium.
This is also like a Dark Souls, man. Like this looks really sick, man. Check this out. Like these are the last two games they revealed. Like they kind of went out with the bang here with these Square Enix announcements.
Mm-hmm.
Like this game looks cool, man. Valkyrie Elysium. Like check this out.
Just speed it up 2x.
It says skipping. I don't know if
it's on YouTube.
Here we go.
All right. Okay. It's giving me whatchamacallit vibes. Damn, what's that free to play game that's really good?
Oh, Genshin Impact?
Yeah, it's giving me
Genshin Impact. But this looks better than Genshin Impact. The graphics, I mean, by looks.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be like play better, but like the visually looks better to me. I like how you're like finding treasure. What you do in Genshin Impact too. The combat,
because this
really
is
quick.
This is more like real, right? Instead of like like cartoonish or whatever.
Right. This is more real. Yeah, exactly. It just the combat looks like a ton of fun. It's just when I watch the combat, just looks like really fun. And hopefully they have like all those RPG elements that we love.
Yeah.
So this one looks really cool too, man. Like really sick. So these last couple of games, I'm pretty excited about.
I think, honestly though, like looking at all of these games that want to be like Dark Souls and stuff like that, I really like it. It's cool, you know, Dark Souls this, Dark Souls that, or whatever. But the only other game that I really want to play or see that would be a Dark Souls like is Neo. So like that's the only one that I feel has even come close to giving you the same type of feeling that Dark Souls is giving.
As far as like the combat experience goes, yeah, I agree.
Right. And so like I can only imagine if Neo was like, "Oh, From Software did an open world for Elden Ring, so we'll do it for us."
Dude, that's cool.
That would be sick.
Doesn't Capcom do Neo?
No. Ninja.
Oh, Ninja Theory, right? Ninja Theory, yeah. That'd be sick, man. Like, because I really like Neo too. Yeah, I played a lot of Neo, but I never beat it.
Yeah, so I mean that's a good game. I've done a couple runs on that one, on some Dark Souls.
Yeah, I know you have, man. You like Neo a lot.
But yeah, it's fun. But yeah, so that was the last video, I believe, right, for the State of Play. That was the last one released. So I mean, there was quite a few games on there. A couple, like I said, that I was like really surprised on. I was glad to see a little bit more of Forspoken. I saw some of Ghostwire. I thought that they might have had it like longer, you know what I mean, to give you like way more of Ghostwire, trying to sell it, but you know, it's whatever. But that doggone Returnal, man, that one has me like, if I can, you still have your copy, right?
Yeah, I still have my copy. Yeah.
So if there was a way that you could do like game share or something like that, and I could join you that way, or you know, if I could just like find a copy for like $20,
we can actually beat it
into that. So yeah, we can actually win.
Yeah, I thought this. I thought the State of Play was pretty good. I thought they ended it with a couple good bangers. I agree that Forspoken footage. Now that I've watched it a second time on mute, I actually really enjoyed it. It looks really cool. Yeah. So I'm actually a little bit more excited about that one. And then, yeah, the Returnal news is cool. Like I said, so long as they don't like, you know, buff everything in the world. So now it's like, oh crap. Now we're like sitting here like,
making it doubly hard because you added an extra person.
Right. Making it doubly hard. Cause I don't want that. If they just kind of keep the game the way it is and you can, you know, invite a bud, that's exciting to me. And then these last two games I'm really pumped for. This Diofield Chronicles and this Valkyrie Elysium look like a lot of fun.
Yeah, so, we gotta see what Mark thinks about these games, man. See if he'll give Returnal a try.
I'm curious.
He played Returnal, right? But he never.
Yeah, he rented it. I think he rented it.
Right. But I don't think he ever beat it.
Yeah, so, I don't think he got to the very end. He got far though. He got farther than we did.
Right. But I wonder if he would try to like buy it again, or actually buy it to try and play it, multiplayer, you know, and see if it was multiplayer on there. But you know, that's one of those things. But so I mean, that's all we got for you guys. Honestly, you guys could just go back to the beginning and just watch like the Elden Ring stuff again, because like that's what's like really important. The state of play stuff is cool and whatnot, but Elden Ring is where it's at, man. You know,
totally.
I should expect that everybody in this chat currently has Elden Ring or is planning on getting Elden Ring. That should be the thing. That's the theme of this episode is Elden Ring. Elden Ring. Get it. I'm hoping that I can do all family related stuff and then get on it like, you know, late enough that I still have time to play it before I pass out or something. So here's to
I'll
that.
Be on it, man. So I'll see you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll hit you up. Maybe actually get your ass in with me. You know what I mean? Because we was on last time playing, but you was in your own, you know, own world doing your own stuff. Yeah,
we were doing our own thing. Yeah. Because you said you already dealt with Margo.
You got to do Elden Ring, bro. You slacking.
You gotta. I mean, I'm not. You don't gotta go, man. But it's really incredible, man. Like it really is something special.
Yeah,
but man, I get it, man. It's a different experience of Souls games. I get it.
You should definitely try it. If you can get it from somebody, you know, used or something like that.
Elden Ring, coach. You need a coach.
Hey, if you get it, my PS tag is godly sovereign. So
oh yeah, he'll jump in the world and help you.
I'll hop in and roll with you, man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And I'm sure if Sir Knight is on there, you know what I'm saying, we'll hop in and join you, bro. But like, you should play it, man. It's different from all of the other Dark Souls games you might have played, you know?
Like, it's like an epic,
if you suck over here, just go over there, bro. You don't have to stay in that area to progress further. You can progress in a different area, get lucky, and even the summons. These suckers don't use the summons. I use the summons anytime I see a damn gold sign. If I see the little statue, I'm summoning, bro. Like, you there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody, I'm calling.
Yeah, he summons everybody. You did that for Neo too. I don't. I just play solo.
Yeah, I summon because I like it. You know what I mean? It's fun to like, to do it with other people and stuff like that. And then, you know, those things are challenging and stuff like that. But at the same time, right? It's like a little mini ecosystem. Like if I come in and help you, I get something from it. And if you come in and help me, I beat the boss. So like it's like a win-win. So it's like, hey, if you're in this cavern and you're looking for somebody, like, I'll get you. You know what I mean? And we can go and do this boss in. And hopefully you don't die if you got the skills to be able to hang, you know? And if you're just OP in there, like, thank you for taking the time to put your name down. You saved me time on the boss, you know?
Yeah.
So I was playing it earlier today, man, and I was like, damn, why can't I summon nobody in these certain areas? I was like, I see the statue there, but it's not letting me do it.
You didn't have your thing activated?
I was so lost as to like why I couldn't. No, I was burning the fingers or whatever.
Oh, the fingers.
But they weren't. I would try to burn the finger, but it wasn't letting me. So I thought it was just an area that was like, no, you can't do any summons or whatnot. Until I realized that my damn PlayStation was offline. So I was playing the game off. I was like, shit, let me go ahead, go back to the title screen, get back online so that I could get people in here, man.
That's cool. But yeah, dude, so let's
get
out, man. Let's go play Elden.
I think that's a good time. I think you got a good while before Starfield, if it does even come out.
Yeah, dude, like Arachnid,
I think that's plenty of time, bro.
Just
especially if you limited it to like 3 or 4 games in a year. Like, that's a solid buy for you.
Well, what's cool about Elden Arachnid versus Dark Souls, like with Dark Souls, you're kind of like forced to go down this corridor and deal with these things. Where in Elden Ring, because it's an open world, you can kind of like explore, man. You can always go somewhere else. Like, just stick in the first zone, man, for like hours, and you'll just discover, just stick around. I think you'll see that Elden Ring is just a little different. It's a little more accessible to Dark Souls.
And because you have that mount, dude, literally, there's nowhere you can't go. Like, you can literally run through the thick of shit. If a dragon comes down in your way, run around him. You can keep running. But you do not have to stay there and fight that.
The more zones you move into, the harder and harder the enemies get. So you want to. So that's what I mean. Is like stick in the starting zone and just enjoy it. Like, even if you just play there for 10 hours, like, you will not be bored for that full time. You'll love every minute of it. You'll be progressing. And just move, just go, change. If you're not liking this area, then leave. Go to the other corner, Like, it's not like Dark Souls where you're forced to go in this direction, right?
And you have to fight these creatures. There's tons of places where, like, you shouldn't be over there because your ass is weak as fuck. But if you're riding on your horse, ride through that bitch. Look for the items that's on the floor. Scoop that shit up while you're riding by to get past all of the tough stuff, dude. You might find, like, a really nice item that your ass probably shouldn't have had being weak. You know what I'm saying? And now you hitting harder.
And also, just so you know, just a little caveat is, for the first time ever in a From Software game, they added a tutorial. So when you start the world, look at the guy. There's a guy at the start. Right. He's like pointing downward. Just go down, follow his finger, and go down there, and that's a little starting zone, and that will give you a really good feel about how to play the game.
Yeah, and another first time ever.
And don't start as a wretch.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, for your first time, don't do the wretch. The wretch is just you'll get wrecked.
So pick an actual class.
But for the first time ever, they added those little statues. So sometimes you get like deep into the thick of shit, and then you get killed. And it's like, oh man, I got to start all the way at this bonfire. But if you're by one of these little statues, it's called a Marika Shrine or something like that. You'll be able to resurrect there, and you'll be, further in or at least closer to where you died at. And sometimes I've died and been by a Marika shrine and like I'll use it, and I went further into where I was trying to go, and it benefited me. So it's like little things that they're
here's
they're
what I think,
nice.
man. Like you get Elden Ring. And because the game is more forgiving in the fact that it's an open world and you can kind of go wherever you want. If you're having a hard time, leave, go somewhere else. Mm-hmm. And as you get better at playing it, you'll see how it works. And then I bet you can go back to Dark Souls 3 and you'll like, oh, now I get it. Now I get it. You'll be able to go backwards because Elden Ring is going to be much more accessible in the sense that it's open world, that there's a tutorial. Don't worry, the first boss is meant to kill you. Like it's designed to kill you. So just almost go in there and just the very first one, just let it kill you. Just let it kill you. You're not meant to kill that, right? And then go down in the tutorial area, and like you'll feel very comfortable. And the game is going to be very much like that way. Like avoid the big giant creatures in the world. Go for the little pissant soldiers. And just go around. Go to the wall. Like find the edge and like run across the wall. You'll find little tunnels to go into that have enemies that you could fight. Just explore, man. Enjoy it.
Yeah. In that main area, in that first area that you start out with, man, you can do a lot of exploration just in there and find a lot of stuff. Go down to the beach. Go check out what they got over there. All of that stuff, man. So Arachnid, you got a homework assignment, bro. if you choose to accept it, go buy Elden Ring. Play it this weekend, and then come back next week on Friday and let us know what you think about it, man. Because we'd definitely like to see if we can convert you to the sun.
Praise the sun.
Praise the sun. But all right, guys. Arachnid, Legends, Joe, all you guys, appreciate you guys for dropping into the pod. Everybody who watches, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because it's just insane if you've watched this for like 5 minutes and didn't subscribe already. Like, what are you doing? But anyways, we appreciate you guys, and we will catch you guys next week.
Peace.
See you.
I love you, me.